You've probably never heard his name, but Norman Borlaug may have saved more lives than anyone else in history. And he did it not with weapons, but with wheat. Borlaug was born in 1914 on a small farm in Iowa, USA. As a boy, he saw the Great Depression's hunger up close. Crops failed, families struggled, and people went without food. Those images stuck with him for life. After studying plant pathology, he joined a research program in Mexico in the 1940s, where the challenge was clear: how to grow enough food in poor soil and harsh climates to feed a rapidly growing population. The world at that time was on the brink of crisis. In countries like India and Pakistan, population growth was outpacing food production. Famines were feared to be inevitable. Some experts predicted that hundreds of millions would starve within decades. Borlaug's solution was radically breed new strains of wheat that could produce more grain, resist disease, and thrive in different climates. It wasn't easy. He spent years in the fields, crossing thousands of wheat varieties by hand, working long hours in the blazing heat. His breakthrough was a dwarf wheat plant with short, strong stems that wouldn't collapse under the weight of their own grain. This meant more yield from the same land. By the mid-1960s, Borlaug's wheat was being introduced in India and Pakistan just as famine seemed certain. Within just a few years, harvests doubled. Starvation rates plummeted. Countries once dependent on food aid became self-sufficient. This agricultural revolution, later called the Green Revolution, spread to other crops and other continents, feeding billions and preventing disasters that might have reshaped global politics, migration, and conflict. Yet Borlaug never became a household name. He was modest, uncomfortable with fame, and focused on the work rather than the recognition. In 1970, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for saving more lives than any other person who has ever lived. Estimates suggest his work has fed over 2 billion people who might otherwise have starved. Borlaug died in 2009 at the age of 95. Today, his name is still barely known outside agricultural and scientific circles, but his legacy, fields of grain feeding people around the world, lives on. Norman Borlaug proved that a single determined person, armed with science and persistence, can change the course of history, not by taking life, but by giving it. Have you ever heard of him before today?